So this is what happened with the whole marriage stuff, right?
Okay.
So this is the first time I'm saying actually like fully actually on camera.
Okay, all right.
So back then, when I first came to America, I was pretty much new to how it works. You know, I didn't really understand how things were in the real world, so to speak, in America. But then after my first year of saving some money up, having some actual foundation, I started partying a little bit more, you know? So I would party every weekend with my friends from like my roommates. And I met this girl in the bathroom line. And I was like, okay, what's your name? You know, what do you do for work? And I'm like, oh, you're pretty cool. Let's go out.
In bathroom line.
Yeah, it's random, bro. It's so random. She's with her friend. I was like, yo, you're pretty cute. What's your name? Start talking, whatever. And we started dating, you know? So within that period of time, I wanted to do the right thing. And
no rush, no.
Yeah, so
no
I was raised in a Christian family, and I was taught if I'm gonna really date a girl and take her serious, I should be married with her because we wanted to move in together, all that stuff. And it wasn't too fast. Looking back, yes, it was too fast, but I didn't want to do the wrong thing and make it a bad thing.
Yeah, I get that. How long had you guys been together?
6 months.
6 months.
Yeah,
and then you got married after 6 months.
Yes.
Okay.
So, and then I didn't understand as well what it was to date a girl with a kid because she had a kid.
Okay.
So, back then I wasn't watching like RP content like that. I mean, here and there I watch it, but not really like that seriously. And I got into that situation. I never forget, my mom was like, Walter, do you know what you're really doing here? And I'm like, yeah, I like her. She's cool. I'm doing what God wants me to do. So this is fine.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand what it took to really date someone with a kid. And looking back, I should have looked into it more to see what it entailed because I was not ready to be a dad.
Yeah.
And that gets a stepdad. So I went through that process and I learned a lot about marriage, dating itself, being with somebody long term. And I was like, because back in Barbados, bro, I would just like have fun.
Yeah.
With
what did you
girls.
learn? What did you learn?
I learned one, if you're going to be married to somebody, it should be for life and it should be serious. And you should be ready to take on all the responsibilities that come with that, which means either you step up to the plate for being a dad for somebody's kid, or even, for example, just having consistent action to lead to a desired result. And I was more like trying to be successful back then. I was focused on me becoming better. So for me to take on someone else's kid and them was a lot, bro. And I was like, okay, I have a choice to make here. Either I stay on this path of taking care of them, providing for them, being with them, or I cut it and say, listen, this isn't working out. I want to be successful. I can't do both at the same time. Because knowing me, I can't multitask like that. It's either focus on what I need to do right now or both and then never make it happen. So I'll never forget, it was like a year into the marriage. And I was still working at the insurance company back then. And I was in the car late night after work, just saying to myself like, damn, this is my life right now. I want more of life. I don't want to be stuck in this bubble and in this like marriage and stuff like that. So I go on YouTube and I search in the search bar, dating single mothers. Bro, I found so many videos, but there were three that stood out to me the most. Tom Likas did a radio show back in the day, talking about like women and dating. And I watched so many videos of him talking to people, their experiences. And I was like, damn, that is me. I feel alone in the house. I feel kind of trapped. I feel like it's two against one at all times. It's weird, right?
How old was the kid, just out of curiosity?
3 years old.
3, okay.
Man, he wasn't a bad kid per se, but it's almost like, it's not my kid, bro. So I can't punish him the how I want to punish him. For example,
you underestimated what you were taking on.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I had no idea what it fully entailed until getting into it.
Yeah.
So I watched that video with Tom Likas. I watched Richard Cooper, Entrepreneur Cars. I watched Solo TV 84. And it was almost like, you know what? This is not for me. I had to break it to her as soon as possible. So literally the next day, I said, listen, I got to talk to you real quick. We sat down. We spoke about it. And she was sad, obviously, at first because she loved me. But it was like, I just knew I couldn't be that guy for her. So after that, we got divorce papers.
Did you love her?
No.
Okay.
I think for me, I never really loved a girl ever in my life because I look at it as, okay, is it going to benefit me or is it going to be the right thing to do? If that's the case, I'll do it. But I'm not really doing it for like love. That makes sense.
Got it. So the motivation was more, I'm just trying to understand your mindset at the time. It was more like you're from a Christian background. Yeah. You want to do the right thing as it pertains to your religion and family and culture. And so you kind of jumped the gun and thought, well, I like her. She's attractive. So let's just tie the knot.
Yeah. And also, if I'm going to be living with a girl, I should be married to her under that house, you know? So that's why I was like, I'll marry her.
There's like the pressure.
But it wasn't like a big marriage. It was like, I went to the courts, got signed papers, and that was it.
Got it.
It wasn't like a big marriage or whatever. But overall, that experience taught me, listen, at the end of the day, if one life path to go on.
Mm-hmm.
And it could either be as hard as you want it to be or as smooth as you want it to be. But in that sense, I didn't want to have anything stop me from being successful. So unfortunately, that was in my way. And looking back, yes, it was my fault for even getting to that situation. But I'm glad I got out of it, because like, if I didn't get out of it, I'd not be here today.
Yeah. Okay. So fast forwarding a little bit up to early 2021, your YouTube content changes and you start the Fresh and Fit podcast with Myron. How did that come about?
So basically, like I said before, I started going viral on YouTube for the Gold Digger pranks and some other pranks as well. And then I got an interview with Solo TV before. He's like, what do you do for a living? Where you're from, all that stuff. We did an interview. Actually, I should probably find that video. It was actually a pretty good video. Mm-hmm. And then he's like, oh, yo, bro, like a week later, he's like, bro, there's a guy in your city named Myron Gaines that he does fitness videos. I was like, fitness videos? I'm not really into gym like that. So I'm like, I'm all right, brother. I'm cool. Yeah. He's like, no, bro, I'm connecting with him. He's cool. He's the same mindset. So talk to him. I was like, all right, cool. So then we DM each other on Instagram. And for like an hour, we're like on the phone just talking about real estate, girls, dating. I'm like, we got some of the same issues in Miami, man. It's a tough marketplace, you know? So then we was like, you know what? Let's get dinner tonight. My roommate, myself, and Myron had dinner at Top 42 in Midtown. It's like a local spot for like brunch and like dinner. So we go over there, chop it up for like 2 hours almost. And we're like, yo, bro, we have such similar mindsets, for example, of like dating, lifestyle, girls. Let's do a podcast. Mm-hmm. I was like, why not? Let's do it. So we did one podcast like the following week. I was at my spot. It was his spot. We did it virtually, of course. And people liked it. We spoke about dating itself. We broke down social media dating and cold approach, which is like in-person dating and online. And people got to see like two different opposing sides and what each side did for each individual. Mm-hmm. And people liked it. So we did one a week, then 2 a week, and 3 a week, and then became like a thing where like we did it weekly.
And you both had your full-time jobs at this time, right? Yeah.
Now, mind you, if you know Myron, he's very vocal about how he feels and he's passionate about it.
Really?
So people take it sometimes as, a little bit too edgy, whatever. Uh-huh. But regardless of the fact, though, we were speaking our truths of what we saw was there. And the truth is the truth. No matter who says whatever it is, there's one truth, right? So at that point, it's like, okay, we're being real. This is our actual lifestyle we're living. So at that point, it became a thing like where our jobs were like, listen, guys, we get it. You're making content online, but it is a bit not safe for work, so to speak, right? Mm. And we had a choice to make. We had Patreon, we had YouTube, and it was like, okay, we're making some money here, but it's not like a lot, And is it worth going all the way in and leaving our comfortable jobs? Because remember, unlimited overtime, working in tech, he's doing his HSI stuff with the government. Mm-hmm. I'm like, damn. So at that point, we had me, Myron, and Chris, which is our producer.
Yeah, I know Chris.
And Myron was like, listen, if you guys are willing to go all the way in, I am too. Mm. So we decided to go all the way in.
Do you know how many subscribers you had at the time?
Like 10, 12K around there.
Got it.
So it wasn't like a lot, but it was like a good start, I think, for most people. Mm. And we left our jobs. And it was kind of scary because you don't know what's going to happen. It's like you're taking a leap of faith where like, either it works out or you fail, And I was like, you know what? I have one life to live. Mm. I'm going to take a risk. And he did too. And it's funny, my brand was CEO, which stands for Control Every Opportunity. I was like, this is an opportunity in front of me. If I don't seize it now, when will I ever seize it? And funny enough, it worked out. We're here today talking about it. But that's how I met Myron back in the day. That's how we started the Fresh and Fit podcast, as you know today.